All right, GM, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on the time in which you are streaming from. Welcome to another episode of Onchain Africa by Afroplay, and it's quite a privilege to be standing right in front of your screen by this time of the day. And definitely, I would love to welcome you to one of the best time of the week, of the day. And thank God it's already Thursday also, and the week is almost ending. And just in case you're joining us for the first time, this is Onchain Africa by Afroplay, and this is one live stream you do not want to miss every week. Usually, every week we have our live stream twice, but this week was kind of unique because we didn't have enough live stream last week. We had just one last week, so we had three live streams today, and this is the third and the last live stream for this week. So usually every week we have two live streams per week, and it's quite and on every of our live stream, one of the things that we do, or everything we do on each of our live stream, is that we speak to African founders building things in Africa. Yesterday we spoke to a lady or a woman from Kenya, which is our first female guest, and also from our first guest outside of Nigeria. And it was amazing speaking to what they are doing, or talking to her about what they are doing in Kenya. And so this is what we do. We talk about founders, we talk about their stories, we talk about what they are building. And one exciting thing that I really enjoyed from yesterday's live stream that was that the woman in person wasn't a perfect person. She didn't have the best academics. I mean, she had a child out of wedlock, which was kind of a stereotype for her and limited her from being who she is today. But regardless of all the odds against her, she still did so well. She's still doing so well in the Web3 space. In short, she is the president of Stella Africa, or Stella East Africa, which is amazing, regardless of the odds that she had against her. And I feel that most of the ladies we had joining us yesterday, I'm sure they learned a lot of things, or they went back with a lot of things from the live stream we had yesterday. So we speak to this founder, explaining or showing you guys that these guys are not perfect people. They have their flaws, they have their shortcomings, not from the best of backgrounds, but they've struggled so hard to be who they are today, and to become what they've become today here in the Web3 space. And not just about talking about their stories, we are also looking at putting you guys on the spotlight, considering you guys, so that you guys can learn from these guys, so that you can also be that leader that you're meant to be, that builder you're meant to be, that startup that you have on the inside of you, or that idea that you have on the inside of you that you are confused on how to go about it. Here's this place where you get solution, you get direction, and you get to ask your questions directly to these founders. And if you are here to reshare or retweet this live stream, if you're on Twitter, please do what to retweet it. I really appreciate that. That's the only favor I always ask for on every of our live stream, right? So please do what to retweet it. And if you are watching on YouTube, do what to just copy that link and paste it on your WhatsApp status, Telegram, whatever social media platform you love using. Please just do what to share. And you have a founder friend or a friend going through odd moments and not knowing what to do in life, do what to share this in their DM also, asking them to come join us. And I'll definitely be more than happy if you can help with that. And without any further ado, we are already 3 minutes past our start time. Don't forget to retweet this live stream. Very important, right? So today we have a unique guest with us today who is building a payment platform for those of you guys that are freelancers and you receive payments from foreign or international guests. This is one thing. This is one live stream. You should grab your popcorn, fasten your seatbelts, and get excited about what we're about to do today. And we have no other person than Mr. Olawale with us today. Good afternoon, sir. Or good evening, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. GMGM, I'm so glad to have you here, Ben. And I
Same
must
here.
commend you for the great work you are doing with Onchain Africa and Africa.
Okay.
Thank you for telling our stories. Thank you for sharing the insight that only someone from within the kitchen could share. Thank you so much
Mm.
for that. And it's so awesome to be here. Thank you for
Yeah,
the
it's also really nice to have you with us today. Thank you so much for also choosing to create time, because I guess you're in Lagos right now, and you would and you are very busy right now, and yet you still squeezed out some time to even be with us on this live stream. I really really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us. By the way, how are you enjoying Lagos so far?
Lagos has been fine. And currently, I'm speaking from the Startup Village program ongoing, organized by the Super Team NG by the Solana ecosystem, and it has
Hmm.
been awesome. It has been an awesome experience. Today is day 4, and it's been back to back. So,
Yeah.
and I must commend the great work the Super Team NG are actually doing this kind of a thing, having founders, creators, and innovators come around, learn, groom each other, ask questions, and there's been a wealth of experience and session of networking with like minds in the space. That's been
All
good.
right. All right. Thank you so much, sir. So, sir, since you've been there, I think today is day 4, like you said. I think what's one thing that you've learned so far from the event?
And the major thing is your users are always right, irrespective of
Mm,
what you are building. Learn to listen to your users actually. So that's one of the major things. And mathematics does not lie. The numbers will always speak the truth. Yeah.
yeah.
So the numbers
They,
will always speak the truth.
and I think that's what every founder, every builder should be concerned about: the numbers. When it's
Yeah.
going high and when it's going low. Why is it going high and why is it going low? And all of those things, very important. And I'm glad you're enjoying it so far. So I don't take much of your time. Let's just dive into what we are doing here today. So
Okay.
quickly, sir, before you started building this that you're building Border with, let's learn about you a little bit. What were you into in the past? What were you doing and back then in the day?
Awesome. Like everyone all know as my name here, I'm Olawale by name. And back in the day, I was actually working as a freelancer, working remotely for brands across US, Canada, Ireland, Australia. And then I was very heavy on Fiverr. I was one of the earliest, I'm talking of 2018, 2019, thereabouts. So
Mm,
it was awesome. So, and then COVID came 2020. So I was more heavy on Fiverr during the COVID-19, and it was an awesome experience for me. But one of the major thing that stood out for me was how the end-to-end process was organized on Fiverr. You have to speak to people, and at times you have to discuss with your client outside by mail because there are things you have to like learn by mail. Then what I focus on is building website with WordPress actually. So I was heavy on that, and I was writing codes at some point. But I realized I had to expand my reach into software development and mobile development. So I try um, what people now call as drop servicing. So you get people to work with you, even though you don't have the experience, you look out for getting the contract. But fine, the contract were trying to come in, but the payments were not really justifying it because on Fiverr you have to let go 20%, either you like it or not, because you are using
mm,
their platform, and you have to wait for 14 to 15 days before you access your payment. And at
mm,
times, some clients you will have finished the work, they will have even reviewed, right? You just realize that they charge back on Fiverr, and Fiverr is so supportive of buyers, irrespective of what happens. Buyer are always right. So
mm,
freelancers lose out on those, and from there I thought, okay, fine. I was seeing the skill gap. So then I was running. A lot of people don't know this about me. I was running JD Diamond Ventures Enterprise. So it focused on okay, we offering those businesses. Then I was running blog, right? I had my own blog. I trained people across blogs. At some point, I had 15 people working for me and with me across different blogs, apart from the people I trained. So I realized,
mm,
okay, as the world is evolving, we need to keep evolving, right? So how do we productize what we are doing? That was what led me into co-founding Olivia with a very good friend of mine. He was also working on Fiverr then, Raphael Bamidele, very good, one of the most crack developer I've ever seen in the whole of Africa and even across the world, right? So, and it was a sweet experience. I was the CEO, he was handling the CTO till date, and that's what we do. So everybody focus on your strength. Let's get it done. And it was, and the major target of Oliver then was just, let's train people we can work with in house. And once we are able to gather that, and for the beautiful part of it, we are doing it for almost for free. Right? We are not really charging people, because one of the things we did was, okay, fine, just have commitment, just 10,000 commitment, sign up, and we'll train you for 6 months without charging you a dime. So after you are able to get work, you can pay us back. I'm not sure we charge anybody back after then. So, but we're able to achieve what we want to achieve to ensure that people can learn what they come to Lagos to learn, or
Mm.
from Osun State then, and also have this global view of people. Because I was working with internationals as far back as 2020, and Raphael was also working with internationals as far back as then. So we knew each other from way back. So, but having issues with payments and all really brought us to like, okay, fine, what if we have, because I had issues receiving payment for the people working with me and for myself, that nearly got me detained in a way,
Mm.
right? And thank God the FBI are no longer looking for me now, right? So because it got to a stage that my name was on the radar, that how will someone, because then I could remember, was it, I think 2021, I was supposed to be paid $250 every week actually. So my client tried sending through the means, it didn't work. The questioning was heavy. Why?
Yeah.
I'm a Nigerian, and that was the hush puppy thing kind of more
Oh,
time.
yeah,
So
that time.
the red flag, the clamp back was on everybody. Either you are doing it legitimately or illegitimately, you chop the king. So, but it has been a lovely experience and growing. And all these things I was doing while married and having a kid. So, because I got married 2022, now having two young boys now. So it was a great thing trying to let my wife understand the kind of thing I do. So it was really a bittersweet experience. But I could say I love the challenge actually.
Mm.
And those were the processes that gave birth to what Brotherhood is now doing actually.
Mm.
So I hope that to brief.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's been a hell of a journey for you. Different experience, ups and downs. You the time you were on the run from the FBI because they felt probably you went to internet fraud and you had probably frauded somebody of their money. And there were points where you were making money also, where the jobs were there during COVID time. And I mean, I know a lot of freelancers made a lot of money during COVID period because people were not allowed to work, go to offices anymore. So literally everybody worked from home and there were more opportunities for people. And I wish back then I took internet stuff seriously. Well, God knows best. You know, so sir, I'd love to know
Yeah,
because since you talked about the other startup you guys actually worked on, which is Only Drill and other things, I want to know,
yeah,
is this your first startup, or like how many startups have you built in the past that you worked on and probably didn't go well as you planned and all of that?
this is actually my when it comes to startup thing, this is my second. Like I co-founded Olidrel, and then now a founder of Brotherhood. So, and one thing I've learned in instance is the um, the plan can change, but the goal always remain the same. So, which is what
Mm,
we round off into the word art of pivoting. Olidre was supposed to be an innovation hub actually, but now Olidre is now a full-fledged software company actually. So what we focus on with Olidre now is not just we've stopped training because we've achieved that. We have our guys we've trained for 3 years that can handle anything, and I can boastfully say that in the whole of Africa, we have at least one of the best LI teams that's built when it comes to governmental products. We build
mm,
fintechs, we build edtechs, and we build some LLMs. And I can even categorically say that at some point we're averaging 65 people working the Oligra at some point, because we are working on improving some aspect of what people now has as ChatGPT. Some of the
mm,
models that have been trained from Africa were part of the team that trained some aspect of the generative AI, the injective AI, and the audio part of Sora. Also, Gemini, we train some aspects of Gemini and we work with Uber at some point. So it was so a whole lot, because then there is this AGI, everybody was shouting AGI, but we were working on the AGI. I mean the artificial general intelligence thing on the back end. So then we work with Amazon, we work with Google, we work with Metal, we work with Uber. So at some point, so it was really a great experience. But then it gives us this landscape of understanding. Okay, what are you building? Who are you building it for? Then what's the major problem you're actually solving? Then you have a time to evolve because now some things you think are grand in the past are now becoming obsolete. So
Mm,
we have to be flexible and change our offering. And I can categorically say now that at least we built a, a few stuffs for that are part of the political aspect that you can access now, even if you are in the US, right? So that you can access now, even if you are in the US, to understand, okay, what is their legislative on and all as regards that. And we build a few LLMs that are personally trained for consulting field, for real estate field, for manufactured homes, mobile homes, oil field housing, and all. So the landscape has been built beyond the shore of our truth. So I think that
mm. All right, all right. I'm glad that you guys have also built something that didn't just work for you guys alone, but you guys employed people. Like you said, you guys are averaging about 65 staffs at a point working with you guys at Holy Drill, and I think that's why we need startups in Nigeria. Not just because you're trying to seek financial freedom for yourself, but so that because you are trying to look at how you can employ people. And when money circulates, everybody's enjoying, everybody's happy, and the economy actually moves forward because we are able to contribute in one way or the other to the growth and the advancement of the Nigerian economy. And let's just dive down into what you're building at Border Wave right now. So, for somebody watching this for the first time or hearing about Border Wave for the first time right now, what is Border Wave in simple terms and why it matters to them?
thank you so much. And border wave, as the name implies, border and wave. What's the wave of the border, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
just like border wave is a fintech product that enables freelancers, remote workers, independent contractors, and individuals in Nigeria and Africa accept card payment, be it credit card or debit card, globally. And all they need to do is download the border wave app because we are currently live both on Apple Store and Google Play Store currently, and we've processed successfully payment across 6 to 7 years, which are US, UK, Canada, Ireland, Australia, and Austria into Nigeria successfully within
Mm,
the 6 months of launch. So all you just need to do is go on your phone, either Android or iOS, download the Borderwave app, sign up, complete your KYC, and you can send an invoice to your client and they receive that by mail. They're using their card and you receive your payment. That's all. And within 48 hours, you have your payment. And one of the beautiful thing about Borderwave is if you accept a card payment now, you will see the time and the date which your payment will be available in your wallet because we run a wallet system based payment system. So you will see the exact time and the exact date your payment will be available for you to request for payout. And you can request for your payout in your local currency, which is Naira.
mm. Cool. You just made mention of the fact that you guys have a wallet system. Now, this wallet system, how does it work? Is it that you guys have a crypto? You guys are built on chain and they receive payments in cryptocurrency and things like that.
Thank you for specifying that. So what we started with is fiat actually. So the wallet system is such a way that you have an attached wallet instead of the normal USD bank account. Now it's a USD wallet, a EUR wallet, GBP wallet, card
Mm,
wallet, Australian wallet, and another thing we are also adding is a stablecoin wallet, which is USDC and USDT before the end of this month because we believe even though people spend in their local currency, there is also more adoption of stablecoin now currently. So, which is what we are adding to our B2C that we are running currently and the B2B that we are launching to by the end of this month. Thank you.
mm. I think that's really really nice. Now I'd love to also understand the tech behind what you guys are building. All right, since you guys don't have a USD and USDT incorporated right now in Border Wave, but you said that your payments actually happens very fast and you see payments very fast too. Because the normal traditional way of sending money from Western countries and all of that, we use Western Union, and we know it takes about 3 to 4 days or 2 days before we receive the money. How is the tech built that you guys receive instant payments and you can easily convert to fiat ASAP?
And in fact, one of the beautiful thing is we're also working on like same day settlement currently. So
Mm,
the 48 hours wouldn't have been there if not for the risk and fraud system around card payments. If not, it would have
mm,
been instant. But there's always some level of verifications. That's why we have the 48-hour system. And the workaround, it's actually in-house. Something is when you are building from Africa, you are not just building a product, you are building an infrastructure. So that's one of the hard things we had to learn earlier because we thought maybe we were just building product, but until we got into the waters and we realized, guys, we have to build the infrastructure at this point. So, and it's one of the beautiful things that we build our infrastructure in-house to ensure that that works end to end. And because irrespective of what you are building, the user experience is the major thing. How do your users feel when they transact with you? They don't care about what product you have. How do they feel is the major thing. And I think that's one of the things, one of the workaround I believe we've got in the, you can be on your seat, even we are on this podcast now, and you can be sending invoice and you are getting paid without leaving your room, even though it's end of the day. And one of the things that stood out for me was on a weekend, someone celebrating his birthday and he was able to receive with Border Wave and still get the payout. In fact, this recent Easter we did, we have few of our customers that send invoice and receive payment on the Good Friday, which is a holiday, and still got their payout on a Sunday. Who does that? So it's
Hmm.
one of the things I'm proud of that the team I work, and I can categorically say that I am not praising myself for this, but I'm praising more my team because we are in the people's business, irrespective of what is happening for that week. It's not only my work; it's a collective work, and I'm giving a shout out to them for like carrying the team we work with. Thank you.
Yes, sir. That's amazing to hear. Now, you made mention of the fact that you guys are building an infrastructure and not just a product. Now, what's the difference between a product and an infrastructure, and how does Borderwave play the role of an infrastructure?
All right. Thank you so much. So the difference is just like everyone can build a product, right?
Hmm.
Let's take for instance the big whales in the ecosystem, the likes of Flutterwave. Flutterwave is no more a product, is no more just a product, but an infrastructure, like the OS when it comes to fintech. Same thing Paystack are doing. So, and what are these? What are these looking like? Is a product, anybody can build an app. But when it comes to what powers the app, that's when the infrastructure comes in. Because now you are thinking of compliances, you are thinking of KYC, right? You are thinking of routing payment, you are thinking of the processors. So how do you bring them all together into one thing? And also, it does not just power individual, it also power businesses. So that's
Hmm.
when infrastructure comes into play. And one of the things Borderwave is doing, we've tested the B2B waters and it has actually worked. So now we've seen businesses, even we have a couple of our users that are requesting part of, because one of the things we did earlier on was to build within, there's a difference between building for users and building with your users. So what we
Hmm.
intend to do is to build with our users to know, okay, what are we building for? What do they actually need? So we have a couple of them that run businesses that are seeking for what we offer. That they don't just want to enjoy it as individual, but they want their businesses to also enjoy it. And that's why our B2B is also coming to play.
That's amazing. So for somebody hearing this right now and doesn't know what B2B means, because probably
Okay.
there are people that are just hearing about B2Bs for the first time. We are very familiar with P2P, peer to peer,
Yeah.
but what does
Yeah.
B2B actually mean to a layman
So
watching this now?
saying the B2C is business to customer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And B2B is business to business, which means business to customer is we as a business powering customers, which are consumers, right? So why the B2B is business to business, like Borderwave as a business powering and empowering other businesses. So let's say someone runs a business and they need a checkout feature or an invoicing system, they can plug into the Borderwave API and they are good to go, right? So that's what B2B business aspect actually.
Thank you for that explanation. You see, this is the beauty of something like this because you get to learn new words, new terms in the crypto space, and also what's going around the world. In case you're also building something that actually is kind of similar to what someone else is building. So now let's look at a real life scenario. Somebody is in Lagos who is a graphics designer, and he uses Border Wave. Now, I'd love you
Yeah.
to just walk us through what happens when this guy delivers the job and the moment money lands into his or her account after, I mean, he has been paid. Like, just walk us through the step-by-step process when money is being paid. Is there something he's meant to do from Border Wave for you to be able to receive money from the client abroad?
Okay, thank you so much for that.
Yes.
Currently, the way it works end to end is, let's say someone, a graphic designer, just as you mentioned, in Lagos, completed a project, submitted already, and the client is actually wowed, right, with the job. Let's say the remuneration is $500. So all the person needs to do is just create an invoice. So far, he has signed up on the Borderwave app, completed his KY, his or her KYC. All he just need to do is, with all he needs is just the details of the contract, because invoice is a major thing when it comes to working with the Westerners, right? Their emails, their name, the purpose of the invoice, the amount. Then is when will the invoice be due? Because we try to create a level of urgency for people so that someone will not just leave your invoice and go on with their own work thing. Then also, is this something that is recurrent? Probably, let's say you deliver a product that is $500 in 3 times. So you can, that's
Mm,
multiplied by three, that's 1,005. So, and once that is done and you send the invoice, so all you just, once that is done and you send the invoice, all you just need to do is wait, because the system is situated in such a way that automatically you created the invoice. The client received the invoice by mail with an attached payment link for them to pay now. They will see pay now with the breakdown of the invoice. Once they
mm,
click on pay now, they can use either their credit card, their debit card, or prepaid card to pay. And once they pay and it's successful on their end, you receive a notification immediately, and they receive a notification immediately that the payment is successful. Then you see the payment held on your dashboard immediately, and when it will be available for payout on your dashboard, the time and the date. And once that 48 hours is done, you receive email without doing anything from Border with, okay, your held payment has been added to your balance, and you can request for payout. And one of the beautiful things is we use the parallel market exchange rate, because on your pay on the payout dashboard, once you request for your payout, you will see the current exchange rate. So you are not afraid of, okay, yeah, with the exchange rate, what is on that current market for the particular days, what you receive it. So, and you see the breakdown of, okay, what rate are you exchanging with immediately,
mm,
and how much is getting into your account. And
mm,
you add your account. There is a verification system to ensure that you're not sending to the wrong account. See the name. Okay, this is the name of the account I'm sending to, right? So it has been automated. And once you see the breakdown and you are satisfied that that's your exact name, you can proceed. And another thing we just added recently, based on our users' feedback, is transaction PIN. So you have your own transaction PIN. So someone cannot just log into your account and be transacting and be withdrawing your money unless you give them your own transaction PIN. And once you insert your transaction PIN, you receive your PIN. And I can boastfully say that we have one of the fastest payouts. We're among people with the fastest payout in the country and the continent currently. Between 1 and 5 seconds, you get your
mm.
payout in your bank account. Yeah, that's just the end to end.
Thank you so much for that beautiful illustration and step-by-step process from sending receipts and receiving money from the clients. Really appreciate that. Just in case you are joining us for the first time or you're new to the live stream, today I have with me Mr. Olawale, a happily married man. Do not be carried away with a smile. He's married with one wife, faithful with children. All right, and he
Two
is
kids,
the
right?
co-founder. He's the co-founder of Border. We've actually building this amazing product right now. Now, if you're a freelancer, either in the crypto space or outside the crypto space, because you might find yourself working with clients that don't use crypto and they want to pay normal USD, that's United States dollars, right? Do well to use Border Wave. I mean, what they do is that they help you still help African freelancers, remote workers receive payments from clients outside their country or outside Africa, and they are currently available in some countries, which will be going to that conversation briefly, so that you are quite aware. In case you have any client in that country, do well to make sure to use Borderwave, because they are definitely expanding beyond those countries that they are currently active in right now. So if you're on Twitter, please do well to go and give them a follow. It's not going to cost you nothing. It's not going to take you up to 30 seconds. Just do well to give them a follow on Twitter and just follow them up with what they are building, what they're doing, and show support in whatever way. And if, like you said earlier, that they listen to their customers or their clients and users, do well to, if you have complaints or issues as regarding Border Wave, or you love or there are features you have in mind that you would love them to incorporate, do well to share it with them, and I'm sure that they'll be more than glad to definitely take your feedback into immediate consideration. Thank you so much. So, back to you, sir. Talking about the countries you guys are currently active in, I know you guys are active in some countries such as the UK, US, Canada, Ireland, and Australia. Now, is it that you guys just want to stick to these countries for now, or you intend expanding into more countries?
Thank you so much for that question. And
Yes.
just like I will clarify it, we are currently live in about 150 countries now. And when I mean we are live in about 50 countries, is any country where they can pay with card, but that would is live.
Bam.
Because the major thing is from Nigeria or Africa, all you just need to send an invoice. And so far, because the world is a global village.
Yes,
And
sir.
what do I mean? We all use Visa card, we all use MasterCard card, Discover card, AMX, and so on and so forth. So far, they use card. Definitely, you can accept from that. But the reason why we have that metric is because we track where our user interacts with. And I can say it boastfully now that back to back, like not once, not twice, not four times. We've processed from US, from UK, from Canada, from Ireland, from Australia, and from Austria into Nigeria, which means we've processed USD, we've processed euro, we've processed pounds, right? So
Mm,
it's something that we listen to our user, and what they ask for is what we ensure that we get on board for them. So, and we're not just sticking to that country, even if they are trying to accept payment from China. So far, the person is using card. Definitely, your payment will go through, and you have your payout.
mm.
So
Thank you
it's
so
just
much for
an
that.
important.
I think that's nice, and it's amazing to know that you guys are currently live in over 150 countries across the globe. Amazing, so much work to be done, and I'm sure there are more countries that you guys definitely intend to expand into, and definitely overtake and overrun finance or fintech in those countries. And let's just go down to what you guys are doing with Border Wave also. In your own opinion, you've been building this from the scratch. What's that experience, that milestone experience that you experienced that made you excited and make you know that yes, I am on the right track and I am doing the right thing?
Thank you so much. I would say the first day we launched, actually, because we launched on October 19th, 2025. So after we've been building, I said, no, guys, we are launching. And I must say, we got our first 50 users within 24 hours. But the
Hmm.
beautiful part of it is we processed our first payment within first 12 hours of launch from the US. Immediately we saw that payment, and that was the eureka moment for me that yes, this is it. Like, because it's one thing for you to have closed door testing with Google, and people are testing with demo funds, and now someone using their card to process live payment. So immediately we got that, I was like, wait. We are processing, okay, launching. Now we have to pay out, right? So we have to fill in our liquidity and ensure the person got paid. And it was a wow moment for me, because from end to end, like, it's one thing for money to come in, it's another thing for the money to like be available to go out into the person's account.
Hmm.
So, but it was a very good experience for me, and having 50 people join, it was really a great thing, because as at then we are community driven. We have people from Olydre that joined, because we have 65 of them on the group even till now, right?
Hmm.
I think the group has grown to almost 75 members now. That if we have any remote job, they can do anytime and get paid. And we have IT guys, we have core members across Nigeria, right?
Hmm.
So, and also we run a waiting list thing we built with our users. So that waiting list actually, as at the point of launch, we had 150 plus people on our waiting list. So those are the people we reach out to on the group, and those people and we share across. So those were like the right moment for me, like having people bring out their card, get paid, and they gave you feedback. Definitely, it was really a wow moment, because there is no product is useful unless someone uses it. That's one thing I
Uses
know.
it, yeah. I think that that's amazing. The fact that you see finally it is working and you guys are transacting real money, not demo cash, like you said. You guys were sending and receiving real money, and that's the joy of every founder that whatever he or she has built so far is definitely working. But in all of these things that people build, everybody only hears the successful part of every product story or every founder story. Now, what is you as a person building border wave? What is one setback or blocker or failure that you experienced that really shook your faith in this that you're building?
that was one of my moments, like one of my lowest moments in my life. I think it was earlier this year. Everybody was shouting and celebrating the new year, right? I was
Yeah.
so sad because on 2nd of January, I just received a mail that our major processor has discontinued with us with some couple of thousands of dollars in the account
Mm.
that are on review for 3 months. Now, what do I tell my team to keep them motivated that we are not out of market? Right? That's number one. Number two, what do I tell my how do I summon courage to tell my advisors and my mentors? Number three, what do I tell customers that believe that okay, they've seen a working solution now? Will we tell them to go and look for other things, right? Then how do we get another processor as fast as possible? And I believe you also can guess what prayer that can be.
Yes, sir.
So I just summoned courage, and one of the beautiful part was we building infrastructure on the day. So I was the one that actually sent the email. I typed the email myself while everybody was celebrating New Year, eating Christmas, the New Year goat and chicken. I was encouraging myself, right? That oh boy, we must not lose customer. We must get so that January was one of the most hectic session for me because I was averaging 15 meetings every day. And so rejection was part of the imagine you receiving almost 10 rejections in a day, rejections email. Some will go silence. So, but I was happy because during that period, one of the partnership that took us a year that we couldn't get, right? We got a few international partnership that unlocked the African partnership that we are looking for. They asked for a partnership that do we have any partnership, and we submitted that. We got it a day. They asked for the following day, and something that took us a year, we got it in few hours,
Mm.
and we were able to process. And one of the things we did was to, and it's good to build with your user actually. So I was sending mails, in-app notification. It was the hardest moment for me, right? I was sending mails. I was sending because I am like, how do I even encourage my team to continue working? That's another thing. So I had to encourage them. Then I had to work on liquidity pool because we have thousands of dollars stock with, and these people specified it in their mail that they are not releasing that money.
Mm.
Yeah, but I could not even. I had to just like we just must find a way. So, but we scaled through. Um we got partnership again that we were not even expecting. Right, it was tough. But if you see my calendar in January, you pity my life. But I'll still go out there, I'll still smile. Nobody knew what was going on because if you, um, that's when you know if you really have faith and believe in what you are doing or not.
Mm.
And for you to be trusted, you will be tested.
Yes, sir. That's very, very accurate. That's very. I think this way I would also ask you that what role does believing in your product and yourself play in being a founder?
Uh,
What role does that play?
so something is before anybody else, you are the number one believer. In fact, I act as a devil advocate for our product every time. That's one thing that I know my team don't know how to tell me, but they be like, this guy, you are something else. And here's the reason why. I test our product with my money,
Mm.
like almost 10 times before we even launched. Like my own personal fund. And the reason is because if you as the builder could see how you feel agitated when it comes to your own money. Now imagine someone that is not related with you that is processing with your system, right?
Mm. Yes,
So
sir.
at times I always look for what are the what most people do ask questions when they meet mentors or when they are doing things, they ask questions, what do you think we can do to succeed? Me, the question I always ask is what are the things that if we do we'll fail? So I'm always looking for the loopholes that could like give us the heart attack we are not expecting. So I'm the
Mm.
devil advocate most of the time. I'm always looking for what is going wrong, not what is even going right. Everybody can spot what is going right now, but it's hard to spot what is going wrong, right? So you must believe in your product and you must be like at times and most times it will not make sense to so many people. it will not make sense. Even people you think that are supposed to support you and believe in what you are building, they will see it as bullshit until it works. I have people that now it's easier for us to talk. I love what you are building with Border with. But when we started and I explained the concept to them, they were telling me that I'm joking. Someone even go as far as telling me that do I have someone in my family that is at the same level as Dangote? Because
Mm.
how will I be building fintech from Africa and Nigeria and think it's something? But irrespective, I went all out, and I believe I'm glad I went there. Savings gone, a
Yeah.
whole lot of things gone. Yeah. So
uh it's quite hearing, it's quite amazing hearing your experience, by the way. It's quite amazing to hear your experience, and also how important it is for you to be the first believer in what you are doing, because the fate of people working under you depends on your faith, and
thank
their
you.
strength also depends on your strength. So if you as a leader, you don't believe in a product, people working with you are not going to believe in it. All right, because you are the first believer of your product, you are the first believer of yourself, as it should be. So let's talk about how you guys generate revenue, how you're making money, because I know it costs a lot to run all these servers online, all this infrastructure that you guys are building, and it costs a whole lot. How do you guys generate revenue from Borderway? And I'm sure you're paying
Um,
staff. So how do you generate
Definitely. So what we do is just to make it easier for people. You only pay us when you transact. And what I mean, um, to make it easier for people, because for example, now if you want to receive payment on Borderwave, if you send an invoice of $200, you get your $200 on your
revenue?
wallet. So, and what we make happen is to ensure that okay, it's the people that is paying you that should pay your charges. If not, it will be weighed on your end. So, but due to what we provide you at the point of payout, we only take just 2% of that, and that's the model we are
Mm.
running currently to ensure that at least our people are not too bothered compared to what we have on
On
the
Fiverr.
um, Fiverr, that 20% is gone. So we only do
Yeah.
the 2%.
I think that's actually a very fair deal. Letting go of 2% for a successful transaction for them to receive their money. I think that's actually a very, very fair deal. And I think you guys are doing really great. But I think one thing that I'm aware of, I know as a startup founder, is the fact that initially when you started, you are not paying anybody. You are not paying your staffs. You are not even paying yourself. But how did you get people? Because I'm sure this is one issue a lot of founders experience, getting people to work with them
Okay.
or work for them, help them to build while there is no funds in the account yet. How were you able to get people to do this with you till you started paying them?
Uh, Mine was a kind of a very different story, right? Because I have had experiences. I said I built for a while, so that I build with people for equity and nothing soft. So, and I understand that, see, there is no way people pay attention to what you pay them for. But when you want people to put their heart to something, let them own a share of it. And I can categorically say that the developers that work from onset, I paid from onset in a way, but it was negotiation based. Fine, I will give you equity, but I will also pay you stipend.
Mm.
Even though I cannot pay the market standard now, but at least market standard is not giving you equity. So this is what we are trying to believe. I sold them the vision, and they saw to it, and I agreed, okay, for the month of building, this is how much I'm paying. I have a specified amount I'm paying them on a monthly basis for us to move into production. And when we moved to production, I started paying. Though me, I was not paying. I was not paying myself, which is the normal thing, right? But I ensured
Mm.
that at least they have an equity stake in what we are building. So they see it as their own first. Then they have something that is, because they will subscribe to data, they will buy fuel, they will transport, right? So those are the things. And one thing I will tell founders is, irrespective, even investors will not invest in you when they've not seen how much you spend from your pocket in your project.
Mm.
Yes, now when the beautiful thing is when you carry your own water, you value every drop.
Mm.
That's the major key thing. So
Yes.
irrespective, as the founder, you have no choice but to find a way out just to keep your team happy. Because your first customer are your team.
Thank you,
Yes,
thank you,
now.
thank you so much for that. Like you said,
Yeah.
it's really, really amazing. I mean, you said that every the person carrying water will value every drop, right?
Yes, now.
Yeah, so I think that's another food for thought for those of you guys watching this right now. Please hold that in your left hand. So as you go in life, that for you that you're carrying water, you have to value every drop that falls from it. Thank you so much, sir. So I think just to wrap up right now, and I think this will be my last question to you, or second to the
Okay.
last question for you. Now, to someone watching this, because I'm sure you are, I believe that you're not from the best backgrounds and all of that, but here you are today. Probably you at some point you sent yourself through school. You believed in yourself when nobody believed in you. I'm sure that there's somebody watching this right now from a very, very humble background and struggling with the same economical struggles that we are suffering in Nigeria and all of that. What's your own advice to such person that would also love to be a builder or a leader in the coming years?
Thank you so much. And this is one of the thing we face in Africa that we don't really talk too much about. I was, with my own background, I was a writer actually in a way. But one thing I would say is your dreams are valid. And when I mean valid, I don't mean the motivational aspect. What you are thinking of is valid, but you have to be willing to commit your life on it. For let me use myself as an example so that you understand where I'm coming from. 2016, I was learning fashion designing in Lagos after finishing second in my old school with distinction because there was no money to further my education. So I was watching under 40 under 40 CEOs. I think that year it was drinks.ng that were being interviewed because I was at the crossroad of what will I do with my life. So, and I was encouraged to go into entrepreneurship through that program. Did you know that I met the same founder of 40 under 40 CEO 2 weeks ago at Founders Friday as one of my advisors? I was sharing that details with him and he was surprised. I said, but if you calculate that from 2016 to now, that's 10 years of my life.
Mm,
It was not smooth, right? But I was
yeah.
doing something. So it took me 10 years to meet that person that inspired me. So definitely, and the world is now even a global village. Everything you need, you have most of it online. Then let us be willing to serve. You have to serve people. If you don't have money, you have time, right?
Mm,
There are some people you cannot pay, but what value can you offer them? Because irrespective of what you do, you need mentors. You need people that your own ceiling is their floor,
mm,
right? That they challenge you. It's not always convenient, it's not always easy, but just go all out and believe in yourself. I have times that my savings went into what I was building, all my savings, all. I mean, when I mean all, no safety nets. So it left me, it put this prayer on me that if these things fails, you are gone. Even
mm,
everybody is celebrating Dangote now. When Dangote was building his refinery, it was, you think he just came out and started fighting people? No. When he was building his refinery, he had his own money put in before others brought in money, right? So you must have something you have also invested in yourself. Your first investor is you, right?
mm.
Invest in yourself. When you need to read, read. Like you are aware now. I'm in Lagos now. Was it convenient for me? I left my family at home, but we have to do what we have to do, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
just go all out, do what you need to do, where you need to learn, learn. And one of the virus we have in our society now is the people that are supposed to listen are there trying to teach people. Learn. When you are supposed to learn, learn. Leave the teaching for the people that have the and another thing is age is just a number, right? I have people that I learn from that the gap in between us is far, but I don't care. Do they have results? Yes. I put my head and learn, right? So it's just learn from people that are doing the things you are trying to do and to give you white wings in the space. And don't forget the God factor too, because you need God at the end of the day.
Yes, very important. Thank you so much. I think that was an amazing, let me say, 2 minutes speech to people watching right now. And just in case you're joining us right now, I have with me the founder of Border Wave. Sorry, I'm trying to share my screen. Sorry, yeah, the founder of Border Wave in person of Mr. Olawale, who is building a cross or international payment platform whereby you as a freelancer or a remote worker can easily get your payments from international brands or from your clients abroad. Now, this is a platform that is functioning right now, like I said, across over 150 countries here on planet Earth. I'm sure very soon it's going to go into Mars and Pluto, just on the funny side. So I would love you guys if you have found a remote worker or a freelancer, do well to explore these platforms, and if there are issues that you feel that they can develop on, and also if there are ideas that you have in mind that you feel that they could also take advantage of, you can do well to share with them. I think this is a community first kind of product that allows you as a user not just to use it but also to share idea to build alongside what they are building so far. And do what follow them on X just to stay up to speed with what they are building. And Mr. Lawale, my last question before I forget. Now, how can people, probably we have founders watching, or sorry, investors watching us right now, and they love what you are building and would love to invest in this that you're building. Is there room for investment from external investors, and how can they go about that?
Definitely, there's always room for expansion and there's always room for growth. And for any investor interested in what we are building, and definitely they can definitely reach out at olawale at borderwave.com. I mean
Mhm.
my name at borderwave.com, or support at borderwave.com, or probably reach out on I'm on X, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. So either of the platform, they could reach out and we'll definitely take it up from there. Thank you so much for the privilege to share that.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. So if you're an investor and you love this that you're building, you'd love to invest in this that you're building, do what to shoot me a DM on Twitter. On Twitter, yes, it's Twitter bio here, and he'll be more than glad to definitely get back to you and see how you guys can come on board and also help them in building this that they are building, not just for Africa, but for the world entirely. And a very big shout out to everybody joining us from Twitter and also on YouTube. Thank you. This show wouldn't have been a success without you watching us right now. Thank you for always tuning in. Thank you for always joining us. Thank you for always spending 1 hour with us, listening to these founders. And anytime, any questions you have, do what always ask. We're more than glad to answer, even after the live stream on which any of the clips that we share across all our platforms. We're more than glad to help you. Probably link you up with the founder or the team building whatever tech it is that you love so far. And to see you again next week. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe, have fun, and be good. Try to touch some grass. Very, very important. And thank you so much, Mr. Wale. God bless you for joining us. I really appreciate the 1 hour we've spent together talking. It was quite an opportunity. And I hope that when next we sit together and talk about Border Wave, it's not going to be where it is. It's going to be on a different and a higher pedestal. Amen. Thank you, sir,
Thank you
for your
so much,
time.
Mr. Ben. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. I love you. Thanks for the amazing work we are doing with Afro Play. I'm looking forward to it going bigger.
Thank you
Thank you
so much,
for
sir.
telling our story. We really
All
appreciate
right,
it.
sir. I'll see you on
Have a
Saturday by
wonderful
the
day.
grace of God if you're still in
Thank you.
Lagos.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right, sir.
All right. All right.